Have you ever tried so hard to make something work, but the harder you tried, the worse it got? Maybe it was a relationship you wanted to save, a dream job you wanted to keep, or a situation you wanted to fix, but it just kept slipping away. What if I told you, sometimes letting go gives you more power than holding on ever could? This is the silent power of detachment. Meet Aarav, a young man with big dreams. He worked in a marketing firm, always the first to arrive and the last to leave. He wanted to prove himself, to show the world he could be successful. Every project, every task, he gave his all. But over time, that hunger turned into something else. Obsession. He couldn't relax. He checked emails even at midnight. He replayed every small mistake in his head over and over. If his boss didn't reply with praise, his day was ruined. If a client rejected his idea, he took it personally. Aarav wanted to control everything. His results, people's opinions, even life itself. He thought, if I just try harder, everything will go right. But life doesn't always follow our plans. One day, Aarav worked for months on a big presentation. His chance to finally get promoted. He prepared every detail, every slide, every word. He believed this was it. But on the day of the presentation, the client didn't like it. They rejected his proposal completely. Aarav felt crushed. All his effort, his sleepless nights, his perfection, wasted. He went home angry and broken. He couldn't stop asking, why? I did everything right. In the following weeks, his stress only grew. He started arguing with his teammates. His energy faded, his confidence dropped. And soon, his boss told him to take a break. That was the final blow. For the first time in years, Aarav had no control. He sat in his room for hours, replaying everything that went wrong. He wanted to scream. He wanted to fix it all. But deep down, he knew he couldn't. One evening, while scrolling his phone, he came across a quote that stopped him. When you let go of control, life begins to flow. At first, he didn't understand. How can letting go help? He thought. But I've always believed hard work and control create success. Still, that line stayed in his head. The next morning, Aarav went for a walk to clear his mind. He saw an old man feeding birds by the lake. The man looked peaceful, smiling, unbothered by the noise of the world. Aarav sat beside him, and they began to talk. The old man said, "You look worried, son." Aarav sighed, "Everything's falling apart. I worked so hard, but nothing is working out." The man chuckled softly. He picked up a handful of sand from the ground and held it in his palm. Then he said, "See this sand? If I hold it gently, it stays in my hand. But if I squeeze it tight, it slips away." Aarav watched as the sand slowly fell through his fingers. The man continued, "Life is the same. The more you try to control every piece, the more it escapes you. But when you learn to hold things lightly, you keep peace no matter what happens." That moment hit Aarav deeply. For the first time, he understood what detachment meant. Aarav realized his pain wasn't from failure. It was from attachment. He was too attached to outcomes, to people's opinions, to the idea that things must go his way. So, he decided to try something new. He stopped checking his emails every minute. He worked sincerely, but without expecting constant approval. He began journaling his thoughts instead of overthinking them. At first, it felt strange, like he was losing control. But slowly, something beautiful happened. He started feeling free. He worked better because he wasn't afraid of failure. He smiled more, even when plans didn't go perfectly. And people around him noticed his calm energy. When his boss finally saw this change, he said, "Aarav, I don't know what changed in you, but now you lead with peace instead of pressure." A few weeks later, he got the promotion he once begged for. But this time, it didn't come from control. It came from detachment. Aarav learned something powerful, that true strength doesn't come from trying to control everything. It comes from trusting life, doing your best, and letting go of the rest. He realized that detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you care deeply, but without losing yourself in the process. You still give your best, but you stay calm when things don't go your way. You stop chasing control and start embracing peace. So remember this: you can't control how people treat you. You can't control every result, but you can control your reaction. When you stop forcing life to go your way, life starts flowing your way. Let go a little. Trust the timing. Work hard but stay peaceful. Because the silent power of detachment is not about giving up, it's about gaining yourself back. When you stop trying to control everything, you start living in peace with everything.